man getting bit by an alligator in the street.
Swallow this.
Welcome back to Reasonably Afraid. On today's episode, we got big news for all of you Reasonably Afraid fans out there.
Yeah.
We have the return of Sean Dolan, everyone.
Oh my God.
He is risen.
Yay.
Hello.
Sean
God.
died and
Oh, jeez.
was resurrected.
We have been
It's
telling
not
people.
that big of a deal, guys. I was barely dead.
We have been telling people that you died.
Yeah, we have. That's been the big bit, is that you died.
Yeah.
Really
And Amanda killed you.
Yeah, but it was like not even like one of those deep sleeps. It was like I was only like buried 3 feet. It was like not even.
So you got your big boy job and you got your big
Yeah.
boy shows. You're doing all the big boy things.
Yeah, I mean it's
You
big
came
boy lifestyle, guys. Oh my God.
So thank you for
No,
doing
yeah,
this today. Of course, we got Ray Reyes, our
Yo.
regular co-host,
Yeah, I'm always here.
and me, Zach Bennett. Thank you guys for joining us today. We're talking about Cujo.
Yes.
This-
Yeah. Arr. 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 Arr.
I can tell it's going to take you guys about 5 minutes to really sync up because back,
Yeah.
I think before you both would have barked at the same time. You know?
Yeah.
No,
Or at
no,
each other.
I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I was like, oh yeah, that feels right.
Yeah, it's an episode about dog.
No, I, mean, I get it.
The
I see where-
dog.
I see where you're coming from.
Cujo was the
First, I'm like, what the hell did you just say? What the hell did you just say to me?
Cujo was the pick for our top tier Patreon
Yeah.
member, Nicole. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
We covered The Strangers also on our Patreon from our friend Kelly. So if you join the Patreon, we eventually pick a movie you like,
Yeah.
unless we feel like doing what we want. Anyway,
So, Nicole, are you a dog person?
she's not here, Sean.
Oh.
So today we're going to be talking about Cujo. It was a lot of fun to watch this because I think you said you saw it really young and forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like literally, honestly, it made me think that, was I wrong about my first horror movie? I feel like I saw this way young.
Yeah.
I remember like a vague memory of them. Like it was a VHS, but I couldn't remember if like I even finished it because I remember my parents being like, "Is it too scary?" And, I don't know. The only thing I remembered was that it was scary, and I was scared of it, and that the dog had rabies.
I
And that was it. I
much
honestly
the movie.
forgot how contained it was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like in terms of setting.
Yeah, it would have been pretty funny if it was a slasher and he was just like prowling, you know, was like walking around and
Fucking going around playing.
just murdering babysitters. You're
The
like,
dog just running around. Yeah.
everybody's like, this seems really specific for rabies.
No, but
Why
they're like
babies?
they're trapped the whole time.
Yeah. It's.
Oh,
it's-
sorry. Wait, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Well, yeah. So as we always do at the opening of episodes, we will be talking about the movie. If you need a little refresher, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. You also don't have to. You can just listen to this and not know what specifics we're talking about. And we're happy to get to watch it.
And then when you watch the movie, you're going to be like, wow, I really didn't even have to watch the movie. They were really
I
good
kinda
at
like that
describing
person.
things. Yeah.
I like that person that just doesn't watch the movies and only watches the podcast. Like, I'm good. I don't know. They live a chill lifestyle.
Yeah, they sure do.
I don't need everything.
I'm watching it vicariously through them.
Yeah.
Did you say bike?
Is it vicariously?
What? There's no way you do that. What?
Vicariously, right?
That's hilarious.
All right.
Yeah, man. You living vicariously through them. And that's just a guy that's like, so what is a cock taste like?
Oh my god.
Like, what's that?
It's like, I'm curious, but I don't want to do it myself.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
You got to describe that in way more detail.
Wait, hold on. You,
Oh, really? Wow.
So you meant
All right.
Vicariously.
Vicariously.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But I said vicariously. Yeah.
You got to coin that.
I am dyslexic, so that is a common. That's
Living vicariously
I
through
mean,
you
it
is
was like
funny.
truly amazing.
Hmm?
Like to anyway, yeah.
I mean, they're very similar words.
No, it's fucking. That is a thing. People do live vicariously through others. Like they're
They do.
like, yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
How was that blowjob? Yeah,
Hey,
good
man.
point.
What? So wait, who's living vicariously through him? What? Why'd you say that?
Wait, why? Yeah, why'd we? Oh no, people who are listening to the podcast are living
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
vicariously
We lost the plot for a second.
through
Yeah.
us
Yeah, a bunch of
and vicariously.
yeah.
So one of these bi-curious boys is gonna
Okay.
lay out the plot.
Look at those three men just talking, man.
Like I said. So one of you guys is gonna lay out the plot. But before we do, we wanted to make an announcement. We're gonna be at Spooky Empire 2025. In Orlando,
Yeah.
Florida. So come see us there, and we'll also be doing some. Obviously, we'll be putting up the live dates for other stuff we're doing, but we'll be doing some stand-up shows and some live podcast recordings. Also leading up to Spooky. So
Yeah.
come see us. It's
Taking
always-
this bitch on the road.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is going to be interesting to do in front of people, though. We haven't done that yet. Well, I mean, we've done it in front of like people, but not
Not a
audience.
Not
yeah,
an
not in
audience.
like a stand-up sense.
Yeah, I'll prove I'm not dead.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
first time we did it was your drunk sister and her girlfriend, and then they just joined the podcast. So we probably
Yeah.
shouldn't repeat that.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty funny.
We can't let audience members on the pod. That's not. That's not gonna happen.
We're just at the nog, and there's just like people on stage with us.
Yeah, just drunk bikers walking up to us and talking to our microphones. It's like, oh, it's their podcast now.
Yeah.
Take me home tonight. I don't wanna-
like, no, it's a podcast.
They think they're doing karaoke.
Like, don't do that. We haven't paid our ASCAP fees. All right. So, real quick, our friends at Tiernan Irish Pub in Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
They need saving. It's an old building, and the city's trying to tear it down. It's literally the plot out of an 80s movie.
Oh boy, do they.
Yep. They want everything to be nice.
Mhm.
Well, fuck you. There's going to be a nice dive bar where cool art is made. So if
Got
you
some good
can-
memories in the Nog.
Yep.
Talked to a serial killer outside of a show.
Sure did.
Oh, that was there.
Live comedy every Wednesday. So if you get a chance to go to Tiernan Irish Pub and you haven't already, which seems impossible if you live in Daytona Beach, but
Here on my nog.
if you'd like
Come
to,
to Allah. Check in with me and do your job.
so if you'd like to support,
Here on my nog.
Yeah, dude.
if you'd like to support Tiernan Irish Pub in
Get
Daytona
that
Beach,
going.
Florida, they have a GoFundMe. It'll be linked in the description of this video, so make sure you check that out. And you can buy a shirt. I make them, so I will mail it to you.
Yeah.
That you better fucking do it. That is an Irish pub that sounds like it could be in an ASAP Ferg song. All right, you don't fucking let that die.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't care about that Irish pub for some reason, you soulless fuck, you can also just go to our store, and that's also linked in the description, and you can buy a shirt
Yeah,
or a
Yeah.
koozie or something. So
that's two
And then
things I'm
set
very
it on
passionate
fire. That's
about:
what you want.
Irish pubs and that ASAP Ferg song that I'm drawing a blank on. Does that work? I forget. I don't know.
I don't remember the name of that song, but I know what
Doesn't
song you're
matter.
talking about.
all right, let's jump in.
Point that is just not the point. Sorry, go ahead.
So which one of you would like?
Originally,
to,
it's a 3-6 Mafia song.
Yes, yes, and you educated me on that.
which one of you?
We
would-
needed to know.
Holy fuck my ass! Which one of you is going to tell the people about the story of Cujo? A brief synopsis.
I don't know. Sean seems like he's got a childhood link to this.
Why would we go like in bit? I don't want to do all of it.
Okay, all right, we'll do
Okay.
it together. We'll do it together. You
Yeah.
gotta lead it though, okay?
Well, okay. At the beginning, he's chasing that bat. Or no, the bunny.
Who
Oh,
is, Sean?
Oh, man, who do you think? The dog. No, one of the humans is chasing the bunny around and
dog-
sticks his snout in the fucking bat cave hole. The bunny gets through a hole. A bat gets on the other side, bites him. He gets rabies. And that's the dominoes. I actually had to go back on that like twice. I was like, is that what just happened? I couldn't tell. It was very dark.
Yeah.
But
Poor
that's how he
Cujo.
literally did. And then I felt very vindicated. I was like, oh, yeah, he does have rabies.
Yeah.
That's the whole plot of this. For some reason, I
Yeah.
thought it was like, when I clicked on the movie or the book, it's different, right? Like he's supposed to be evil incarnate.
He's like possessed, I think,
Yeah, in the book.
in the book. Yeah.
That's such a funny to be like, that's way too much. He's just got rabies. It's very
Yeah.
practical.
If that's wrong,
I mean, it really
tell us in
is.
the comments.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
What?
That he's evil and
possessed?
gone?
That he's evil?
Yeah.
I
right?
think so. Yeah. But it is way more practical to be for him to have rabies. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all you need.
Our de facto producer and my girlfriend is checking out to make sure that is correct. Anyway, we'll continue.
Sorry.
So Cujo gets
Yes.
rabies.
But that's important, okay?
But he's
That's the
just-
entire plot of the movie.
Where does he come? Where does he go after that? He's just in another area, though, right? Because then they shift focus to the family.
Yeah.
who-
Well, he's just like slowly like turning into whatever he becomes, basically.
He's
like,
doing
a
his own
zombie.
thing on
He's
his
doing
own time.
thing.
Is he neighbors with them? No, not really, though, right? He's,
All right. I'm gonna help out with this because I remember I talked about how I was thinking about going linearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to do this. So I'm gonna do just a brief one right now, and that way we can do the linear thing, kind of like what we're doing.
Oh, I thought.
He has rabies in the book.
He does
What?
have rabies?
No.
I thought he was possessed by some. Didn't you say that like it's like hinted that he's possessed by like some other character from a Stephen King
You know
novel?
what? I think it was AI that told me that. That's what I'm going off of. All right.
There's a theory that it's a subplot, and it's supposed to be.
I thought that was
connected
the
to another
official-
Stephen King book. But,
Freaking Reddit nerds.
yeah.
Dude, stop making theories, guys. He has rabies. All
I'm
right.
impressed you did some research though. Great.
Well, honestly, not really. It just showed up when I was clicking on them, like it, because I looked up Cujo. I looked up Cujo, and the novel showed up too.
Sean actively got mad at his phone. He was like,
No.
"Don't give me research."
Stop lying to me.
Okay, so Cujo is a story of a dog that gets rabies, and he lives with a family that is not so great. They're just some kind of, country bumpkin ass people out in the middle of nowhere. And then there's a nicer family, a woman and a child who the woman is going through a rough patch with her husband because she's cheating on him.
Yep.
And so,
Cheating ass.
she's got
Trifling.
she's having car problems,
Mhm.
and
Well, that's what happens to cheaters.
they have car problems.
It's karma.
Karma.
Yeah. Every time my alternator goes, I'm like, oh God, is this like a Jekyll and Hyde thing? What did I do when I was asleep? All right. So
I gotta change my brakes because I've been looking at other women.
I took Instagram off my phone. Why? My car keeps breaking down. Okay. Anyway, so the mother and the son go out to get their car fixed at this place that's a little cheaper because it's some country bumpkin ass people who are willing to, do it on the cheap. And
Hey, man, they were doing a favor, and you're making fun of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's just learning
Hey, these
cars.
country bumpkin ass people were willing to lend them a hand and cut them a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Zach's just like these country bumpkins are lowering the market value
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the actual labor. So
It's bad for the free market.
You always find a way to find the social commentary in these movies, Sean. Really impressed.
it's bad for the free market. It's great.
So when they get out there, the dog has already really done some carnage to its owners, and that one,
Oh yeah,
the one guy that kind of had it coming, honestly. But we'll get to that.
Oh, the guy
What
that
was
was like
Cujo's
trying to
kill
square up with them. It was only like 2.
Was it?
Yeah, he doesn't kill anybody else.
Did he kill the cop?
Oh, he did kill the cop. I
He
forgot
did.
about that. Yeah.
All the
A-cab
way?
is fuck, dog.
Spoilers. Spoilers. Whoa, whoa. Hey, you'll find out about that guy later, but he does not survive. He's not in Cujo 2.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well-
fun fact. Is there a Cujo 2?
Mm.
We're going to look that up right now.
Okay, the fact that you'd have to look it up means if it was, it was probably not
I think there's
good.
a Cujo
There is a
too.
Cujo
Yeah.
too, yes.
The Cujo 2, King Cujo.
Cujo. Cujo goes to space. I thought he's got rabies. Oh, fuck. The astronaut. Fuck.
Cujo goes to camp.
No, he's like playing baseball. Dude, you can't have that dog has rabies. He can't be on your team.
So
Air Cujo.
Cujo
Hey.
is Cujo is,
bit Airbud.
We actually made a rule that said dogs can't play basketball, but not with rabies. That's not in the rule book.
Fuck. And then like Cujo's or Airbud's still bleeding out. He was gonna be a star. That's fucked.
It's not in the rule book. Doesn't say in the rule book they could have rabies.
What a crossover episode.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so Cujo traps the mother and son in the car, and
Much like Eminem did back in the 90s.
Oh, was that a reference?
what?
There's like that's a whole like story arc in his like
mean
in
when he
like the
keeps
Marshall
his-
Mathers
you mean when
LP.
he
Wait, which one came first?
When he kidnaps his wife and child and throws them in the car.
Yeah, this is a little different, but yeah, I see where you're going. yeah, kidnapping.
Wait. Which one came? When did Stephen King write this thing?
Oh, it's definitely Cujo came first.
You don't think?
Yeah.
You don't think Eminem was like inspired by this, dude?
It'd be pretty weird.
He said, "I blame Cujo."
The only similarity is that there's humans and a car. There's nothing
Wife
else.
and kids shoved in the car.
Eminem have a dog?
We got to move on. Now.
Probably.
We have to keep going.
There's a lot of question marks, man. And that's what I love about this movie. It's so nuanced.
Yeah. Cujo's a very morally great character.
Yeah. Because like on one hand, he did kill a few people, but on the other, he is an Eminem fan.
No.
It's like what?
Anyway, Cujo terrorizes the mother and son while they're trapped in the car, and eventually they are able to get free and get the sheriff's gun and shoot Cujo to death.
Thank
But then there's
God.
also the jump scare at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alive.
You know, classic horror stuff. But they do survive. Now, in the book, first fun fact, the son dies.
What? Really? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not do my research. Did not know that.
And Stephen King came out of his cocaine coma is the wrong word.
Cocaine coma?
His cocaine-induced state, and basically was like, "Hey, I'm really glad you guys didn't write the movie the way that I wrote the book, because I now realize that it's probably a mistake, and everybody gets really sad when you kill a child at the end of a movie."
Damn.
So-
Oh, he just did it at the end.
Yeah,
From the
So-
dog or what?
yeah. Cujo kills the dog, which is, or he dies. He might die of the. He might, because he has seizures and stuff in it. So either way, the kid dies, and so in their infinite wisdom, the producers of the film decided not to do that. Good
Damn.
call.
Was he a
Smart
little
move.
annoying in the books too, or?
He is a little annoying, right?
Oh, I can't breathe. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not
Is that what
saying
you
he didn't
meant?
have a
Yeah.
reason to be annoying.
I do like the imagery of like them being locked in the car though. It's like how often you see like dogs locked in the car with the window cracked.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
dude. You know what?
It's like the turning it to a subtle thing that we do to dogs.
Cujo's
on
like,
its
let
head.
them out, let them out. Oh my god. fuck."
Cujo's like, I'll be right back.
Yeah, the whole time he's just, you're hot.
Cujo's
They're
car-
fine.
Cujo's like, whose car is this?
Whose
Whose car? They
Who
left.
left these people in this car
Oh
with the
my-
window? Jesus. I'm gonna try to
Whose
get them
owners
out.
are these? And there's just a bunch of dogs walking around like, I don't fucking know.
Breaking the windows. He's like, it's a Pinto. I'm doing him a favor. Fuck this car.
Is everyone okay with this?
Do we see other people driving cars in this movie? Do we know for sure that dogs don't drive in this universe?
We did see other people driving cars.
Okay.
But we didn't see dogs driving cars. So, you know,
Okay, we can rule it out, I guess.
there's a lack of
maybe.
evidence for
Yeah.
dogs driving cars
It's
here.
we can't say for sure. It's like Schrodinger's car driving dog.
Who's?
Schrodinger's?
Schrodinger's.
You got it.
Chodezingers?
Holy shit. Okay.
How do I know that dogs aren't driving cars if you don't show me a dog who can't drive a car?
Okay, yeah. I just want to get fired up on that. I was feeling defensive after mispronouncing his name. I'm like, listen, hey, I'm half a beer deep. Non-alcoholic, but still.
Yeah.
Cujo is rated R. It's
Oh, yeah, what are we
93
doing
minutes. Cujo's rated R. Rated R, it's 93.
Good.
Cujo is rated
not gonna-
R. It is 93 minutes long. It came out 6 months apart
Yeah.
from Christine. in
It's rated R
1993.
for rough.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, dog.
Rough. And like, you know, it'd be funny because it's like, hey, come on, take it seriously. It stands for rabies. That's what the movie was about.
That's
You know,
true.
I hate these non-film buffs coming in and fucking making jokes. Can you believe that?
Okay.
I really looked at the camera on that one afterwards.
Nice.
I lost steam after the rough. I put a lot of effort into that
Yeah,
one.
you really leaned into that.
Yeah.
Directed by Louis Teague, who got his start working with Alfred Hitchcock during the Alfred Hitchcock TV Hour in 1964, but became better known for his later movies like Alligator from 1980,
I don't know what
which
that is.
everybody called Jaws on Land. And then they later actually said the same about Cujo.
Mm.
Cujo got more famous because it was a Stephen King story.
Yeah.
Alligator is literally just a movie about a giant alligator that becomes massive because of chemicals in the sewers, and then he goes around
And the gay
murdering.
frogs?
Dude, it's so fun. I can't wait. We're
Whoa.
gonna have to cover it at some point because
Okay.
yeah, really fun stuff. Anyway, Stephen King actually liked that movie so much that he is the one who asked for Louis Teague to be the director.
Oh.
I mean, it's a little goofy, of course. 'cause it's
Alligator?
giant, but it looks good. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you know how they couldn't show Jaws because the mechanical shark kept fucking up and everything? Like,
Mhm.
so like in Jaws, like very little of it's actually the moving shark.
I'm nodding, but I've never seen Jaws. Yeah.
Great, you're doing well.
It's crazy.
But the
I've seen
alligator,
Jaws 3D. You know?
Oh, yeah.
but alligator, they show him full out. It's pretty. Sick.
Yeah.
So he also did Cat's Eye, Navy SEALs from 1990, which is so bad. It's so
Navy
bad.
SEALs.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Sounds like propaganda.
I mean it is. Yeah. I mean it's literally like right before they went and invaded Iraq the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fun stuff. Another first film that he got to start was his Trashy O'Neill. Some of that fun 70s NC-17 borderline pornographic stuff.
Okay.
This guy had a track record, and then he got Stephen King's
Yeah.
Cujo. Wow.
Yeah. He worked on Death Race 2000 from 75, which is another old kind of like crazy sci-fi. They did you remember Death Race when I think it was like 05
Oh,
or
Death
something,
Race. I think you
Was
said
that
Race.
Tarantino? Is that Tarantino?
No,
Am I thinking of somebody else?
You're thinking of the Death Proof.
Death Proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he also worked as a production manager on the Woodstock documentary. So
Mm.
pretty cool stuff. The guy's got a well-rounded.
Yeah, it's eclectic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The writers of this, Don Carlos Dunaway and Barbara Turner, they wrote the
My dog.
they wrote the screenplay from Stephen King's novel.
Mm.
Oh, we should have had Turner here
Oh
for
my
Cujo.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe we fucked this up.
That was fucking
Yeah.
dumb, dude.
When are we gonna have another dog movie?
Yeah, honestly.
I don't know. We'll get there.
Pet Cemetery. Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery.
All right. It's got bad vibes, though, for Turner, don't you think?
Good point.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, what's the episode this week?
He's just trying to leave the whole time.
Whoa.
Barbara Turner is Jennifer Jason Leigh's mom, so that's fun. You guys don't know who that is.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, famous actress. So
Yeah, that you could say that did nothing for me.
I know. I said it like it was going to be this big bump. Do you know who Jennifer Jason Leigh is? Great. Okay. No one. Only my girlfriend knows because we're fucking old. All right. Donna, the character who is the mom, is played by Dee Wallace. And if you recognize the name Dee Wallace, do you recognize the name Dee Wallace?
I do not.
It's a porn star.
Oh,
Hell yeah,
look
dude.
at that! I honestly didn't.
Yeah, famous MILF porn star, Dee Wallace. Award winning.
Wow. So I mean, I'm not sorry. My bad.
Because it was. Wait, why are you so... Oh, you didn't know?
I don't know. Yeah,
D. Wallace.
Because when you do,
I didn't
porn,
realize she
you're-
was like nominated and shit, winning awards. I didn't mean to downplay your career.
So porn's not SAG, so they
Isn't
don't
it?
have to change their names. So
Oh.
like, there's a lot like anybody else. If you get accredited and you go into like get your SAG card, you can't have a name that's similar to someone else's. Like there's already a Zach Bennett. So if I ever got my SAG card, I would have to like put the third or some shit.
Need some body positive porn. Need to see more SAG. Thank you. You don't have to give it to me. It's fine.
No, I mean
It's fine.
honestly, like it was it was a thinker.
It was a thinker,
It was
right?
good.
That's
It made me.
pushing
I wanted to see that in the New York Times.
Dee Wallace is probably the most famous person in this movie. That's probably is not even correct. She is the most famous person. She's had, I think, upwards.
Who did she play?
That's the mom.
Was it the
blonde
mom?
Woman, yeah.
Oh, she's a porn
I'll
star.
tell you who
No.
she played. She played Vic or whatever his name was
Oh, the other mom.
when she cheated on him.
Vic is the guy's name. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was right.
Vic's the dad's name.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
that's who she
Wait,
played.
so you're saying the other mom, the one that was? Okay, well, I'm confused. I'm fucking confused.
Blonde
Man,
lady?
Did I get it wrong?
The
Did I
blonde
say-
lady.
No,
Blonde
I said
lady's
right.
name
My
is-
joke was right.
Yes, you're. The blonde lady's name is Dee Wallace in real life,
Oh,
and there's also a porn star named
Dee Wallace. Okay,
And-
I thought you were saying those are the two same people.
Nope.
Man,
Okay.
dude, keep up.
I'm
But Dee-
trying.
Now, Dee Wallace was very famous in the 70s and 80s and through the early 90s.
Right.
There's a lot of people who would have probably paid top dollar to see Dee Wallace do porn for sure. So, but as far
Wait,
as
I thought
know,
Dee Wallace was the porn star.
I will kill myself on camera.
I'll be honest, I was so busy giving Ray grief that I tuned
Yeah.
out some of the things you were
Wait,
saying.
who's on porn?
But you know what? To be honest, man, that was a good fact
It was a good fact.
because I'm
Yeah.
confused a little bit now, and that's good.
Go ahead and roll a clip of Dee Wallace doing porn.
Woo! Oh, whoa, oh, that. Oh, I know her.
Uh,
Fine.
it should be. That's a shock mount, so like that was kind of the purpose of why I put it
It's
there.
nice. It's fun.
You shouldn't play with it though.
Oh, it's like it's a.
Okay. So this is the best way to bring Sean back as a Patreon episode for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so Dee Wallace got her start with the Stepford Wives, the original from the 70s.
Oh yeah,
Hills
I've
Have
seen that
Eyes.
one.
Yeah?
The porno.
The Stepford Wives, Hills Have Eyes, the original. What the fuck?
The Hills Have Eyes. The
never seen-
porno.
Honestly, I thought about that too.
That
I
sounds
was
like boobs.
Yeah, it does sound like boobs.
It's a remake in
Yeah,
the mid 2000s. They did a Hills Have Eyes remake.
Hills with eyes.
The Hills Have Eyes,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, man.
You know, honestly, guys, I should just go.
I'm crushing too hard. Let me leave. So she did, yeah. Hills Have Eyes, The Howling, which we covered in our werewolves episode.
The porno. I'm done. One more.
This one's gonna be tough. E.T. Go ahead.
Extra tit. It's not true.
To touch.
Nah, man. Honestly, all right. You would give me E.T.
Yeah, she was the mother in E.T. She was
Mhm.
in Critters, Popcorn, Alligator 2.
Yeah, okay. I was totally
Not
losing
as
it
good as
there.
the
That
first
was
one.
no, but that wouldn't have been a good porno either. I'm losing it
Alligator
completely.
too? No.
Frighteners, and the remake of Halloween from 2007 from Rob Zombie.
Yeah, it really fell off after those first three.
Oh, the porn joke?
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Yeah.
And it was not even doing well to begin with. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's tough.
But yeah, rule of threes, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody else had long, illustrious careers, but there were people that went on to work. Tad, the child.
Really?
The boy. Yeah, he went on to be in 8 seasons of Who's the Boss?
Wow.
Mm.
Isn't that fun? His name is Daniel Hugh Kelly. Nope.
Tad's
Danny
an insane name.
Pinto. What?
Why did they name him that?
Yeah,
Tad?
I
Is that his
not
name?
that.
Fuck.
Yeah, not great.
I thought that was a joke when I heard it. I was like, "What is this? Like a nickname or something?" Tad. What's his stepdad?
Is that his name in the book? Tad?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Ugh.
Is that when he was
Stephen
doing coke?
Yeah, that's what he was doing. Coke. I'm gonna name this kid Tad.
What's
Hey,
his
Dad, man.
His name's Bump. We'll put Ted.
Mhm.
The other kid, remember the kid that lived in the shitty house with the
Mhm.
bad family, you know?
Yeah.
That kid's name was Billy Jane. That's his real name. He was in Bloody Birthday from 81, X-Ray from 81, Nightmares from 83, and Tales from the Dark Side, and a few other shows you would never have seen. But yeah, everybody else kind of, people did a lot of TV work here and there, but nobody else really took off like, Dee Wallace had kind of kept that career, and she does conventions to this day. Like, we very well might run into Dee Wallace when we're in Orlando.
Mm.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
and she really embraced the horror crowd, even though she, didn't necessarily. I don't think anybody gets into acting.
Agree
going,
with
I'm
them.
gonna do horror.
Yeah.
You just
yeah.
wind up becoming kind of famous in that world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, I think we're about ready to get into the fun facts. There's one other thing I wanted to bring
Wait,
up, though.
There's no way you haven't said one fun fact. Some of those felt factual.
I mean, they're
facts.
Yeah, but they're not like fun facts about the film. They're just
Oh,
about the people.
okay.
Fun subjective.
Oh,
You're like, those were all opinions.
were you the one that pointed out the main guy in the other family, Joe, the mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
the one who was like kind of the asshole, the skinny guy, the one that Cujo's owner, the one he ultimately kills? Were you the one that pointed out where
What?
you knew him from?
No, I don't remember.
He was the coach in Not Another Teen Movie.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that
nice.
cool?
Wow. I forgot. Honestly, I kind of forgot about that.
And he looks like the same. Like,
Yeah.
he's aged great. He aged great as he got older, but he got old real fast. Because that was 1983.
Oh, wow.
And then in like 20 years later almost, he looks exactly the same. So it's like, it's complimentary of the 2000 movie he was in. He looks the same as 83. But they both look old. So, you know, take it where you can get it. Anyway, his name was Ed Lauder, and he got his first gig doing Dark Shadows from 1967. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
Dark Shadows?
You know what Dark Shadows is? Like the first horror TV thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was also in The Longest Yard, the original and the remake. The Burt Reynolds one and the Adam Sandler one.
Whoa.
He was in a King Kong from 76, Magic from 78, which is the first killer puppet movie.
Yeah.
It's like a psychological.
Magic?
Yeah, it's like a psychological horror movie with like a killer puppet. It was pretty sick. Death Wish 3, Born on the 4th of July, and of course Not Another Teen Movie. So that's the whole cast and crew. I didn't get into, I felt like we didn't need to do all the cinematographers and all this. They did a great job.
I do like the cinematography, but go on.
It was really well done.
Yeah, it was. That one shot in the car where the camera starts spinning.
Yeah.
That was a great shot, dude.
I found out how they did it, like doing some research on it.
Mm-hmm.
They had multiple Pintos, which Pintos were pretty available. It's not a great car. Famously ugly,
Mm-hmm.
But what they did was they got the one that actually drives. They got the one that sits for the shots,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got one to do the interiors of those kind of shots. And they basically had the entire floor ripped out in the center, and they were able to mount the camera so they could spin it.
That's interesting.
Pretty sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Before we jump into fun facts, what was your favorite part of this movie, Sean? What part really stood out to you as an adult? Because I know as a child you were just a scared little boy peeing his pants.
Okay, first of all, that was rude. Wait, hold on. If you guys have one immediately, say it first.
For what?
Favorite parts?
My favorite part? I mean, where you killed the cop.
A little on the nose for you.
Well, I mean,
No.
Isn't the...
It was a good scene, though. It fooled you, too. You think you
Yeah.
almost might get away maybe for a second.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it, and, it was the most out-of-shape cop trying to fight off this dog. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
And maybe you didn't think. Did you guys think he was going to escape for a second when he got on that little higher railing?
No, not really.
Okay, never mind.
I was like, there's
that?
no way he could fucking...
I like that Sean's an optimist.
I was like, okay, you got a break.
Oh, you might make it.
After all these movies, Sean thought Drew Barrymore was going to get away at the beginning of Scream. Yeah. Okay.
Well, actually, I did. I thought she was the main character, okay?
Yeah, now that was smart. That was like the psycho move, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very smart. Okay, so yeah, that's a good one. You got one?
I feel like I did. I don't know. I like the. The one moment that stands out is when the dog pops up on her when she leaves the car when she's like trying to get the baseball bat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it was funny too, and it just felt like there was a moment there where it was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like when she turns around.
That big ass head was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. My favorite is for sure. I don't know if there's like a specific moment, but just watching the weirdness of that guy, like it's like, dog,
The
that
plumber, or what was he?
You know that your wife's cheating on you. What the
Oh,
fuck are you
him.
doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
part was
Yeah.
like this weird because it didn't need to be there at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, I guess
What?
the whole like subplot of like, I guess in the book they go way further into the whole like, you remember how there's like the storyline about the company he works for is like tanking because there's like some
Yeah.
some
There's
bullshit
also-
going on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. There's nothing to be afraid of, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or there's nothing going on, or
They're like, nothing to see here.
Is that
Might as well
nothing?
just come back. But I loved that that all these little subplot things that didn't need to be there were still kind of fun to watch happen. Like
Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say it wasn't the only one, even though it's
Yeah,
like
there's
they
like
didn't take
multiple-
away from the movie at all, though.
Yeah. And you may be asking yourself, why? Why add all these subplots? And surely something artistic is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
But as usual, when it comes to things from the 80s, the answer is cocaine. Stephen King says to this day he does not remember writing a word of this book.
Really?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
He is well aware that certain things could have been different, but he was on a hot streak, and anything he wrote, people were pumping out.
That's so good.
At that point, by that point that book came out, you could have notes for Stephen King, and if he said no, you're putting out the book.
Yeah.
Like there's no, you know what I mean? Like no one's gonna go like, well, don't
How-
release it.
Wait, how across the board was he on coke during that period? Or no? Was it just like, was this?
What do you
I
mean?
don't know. I don't know.
well,
Actually,
he-
Stephen King that.
Honestly, it does, like, if you look at them all together, you're like, it does feel like a coke, like a fucking, like 3 days worth of like him, or like at least like 2 weeks of him on coke, where it's like, it starts off pretty reasonable. It's like, this one's about an evil clown, and this one's about a hotel, and this one is about a car that kills you. Like, it's like, what are you talking about, dude? This one's about a dog that has rabies.
By the time you get the Dreamcatcher, you're like, someone put him in a fucking rehab.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, we got to cover Dreamcatcher just so you can see the moment that they have Morgan Freeman through the whole movie. He goes, motherfucker, like a million times. He says motherfucker. It's like somebody wrote it for Samuel L. Jackson, and then they couldn't get him, and they put Morgan
Freeman in the back of him.
And so he keeps saying motherfucker, and then it's like towards the end of the movie, he looks into the camera and it like zooms in on him, and he goes, Mother Teresa. Like, why did you guys make this?
That's so dumb.
Yeah, good
That's cool. That actually really made me want to watch that movie. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna lie.
fun. It's stupid, but it's fun, I think it's 03, I think, something like that. Anyway, yeah, so he said he has no recollection of writing
see.
any of this, which is a fun way to jump into the fun facts because it lets you know everything you need to know about
Yeah.
how this could have possibly come to be.
It's so nice to know that some of the best art, most prolific art, has been written by people who were just on drugs.
Just drug-addled geniuses.
Yeah.
So you get big enough, people just go, this doesn't make sense. And he goes, is that a problem for you? So origins of this film, Stephen King said that he first got the idea because he had heard that someone would fix his car on the cheap. He needed a lot of work done. At the time, he wasn't really a famous author yet, so he was making not nearly as much money. And somebody was like, yeah, well, there's this guy, he'll work on your car. He does good work, but you do got to drive out into the boonies, you got to go out into the sticks, and this guy will work on your car, but, you're going to have to, like, either get a ride and leave your car with him or just, like, hang out there with him. And he's like, okay. And so he drove out there, and he said when he got out of the car, he saw the biggest fucking St. Bernard he'd ever seen in his entire life, and it looked, he's like, normally they're, like, cute, cuddly dogs, but because he was so mangy, because he was, like, dirty from being on this, like, kind of gross older property where like he was an outside dog and everything. And he's just like, he looked dirty and he looked mean. Which is like hard to imagine a St. Bernard.
Yeah.
Because they're just like notoriously like sweet dogs,
Yeah, which was the biggest difficulty with shooting this movie is them trying to make the Saint Bernard look aggressive. So they had like 5 to like 10 Saint Bernards. But then they also had like a dude in a Saint Bernard costume.
Really?
Just like-
to shoot
Just
some of the
in,
like scenes.
just like a Night of the Lepus.
Yeah.
A guy in a bunny
What?
costume.
But it just reminds me of like Wolford. No,
Yeah,
the dude in a
what the
dog
fuck?
outfit. Yeah.
But the funniest one is putting the Rottweiler in a dog suit.
Yeah, they put the Rottweiler in like a
What?
fursuit so that he could look like a Saint Bernard and look more
It
aggressive.
feels like you guys are on coke right now trying to explain this. Like, I
Because
can believe it.
Saint Bernards are just like kind animals, and
No,
half
it's
the time,
hilarious.
like all the shots where they're like mauling him, they're just like he's just like licking peanut butter off of them.
Yeah. Have we tried dog? No. Have we tried man in dog suit? No. Have we tried dog in dog suit? That's where. What are you talking? Why would you? Why would what? That's not gonna.
Right, dog in dog suit.
It was a Stephen King was on the set the whole time, and he's like coked up. He's like, just put me in a goddamn dog suit. I'll do it.
Nine? And he's like,
bring the
why
dog-
is there a man in that dog suit? It's supposed to be a dog.
Put the
King's
dog
like-
in a dog suit, you
Stephen King's
idiots.
Like, bring the dog over here. I'll show him how to do it right. Watch me.
Have you guys tried giving a dog cocaine?
That's so much faster.
Or like, Steven, you need to go to bed.
So the first kill, you
Okay,
actually.
fine. It is past my bed.
So the first kill, you see him when he kills the bigger guy. You know?
Yeah.
You see him like they do all the close up.
Was that the guy?
The fat guy that gets killed?
No, I meant was that when it was a man in a dog
What
costume?
I was
Oh.
going to say is that they do those close up shots to show him getting attacked and everything, and then for the wide shots they just show Cujo's legs sticking out from behind a wall,
Hmm.
and it looks like he's like like eating or something or like mauling or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just the back legs. And so in the first kill, you can see his tail wagging. Like he's happy because what they had to do, like you said, they were giving him treats and stuff. And especially with the car scenes, the reason why he's going ape shit is because they would, whatever dog it was, they would get their favorite toys and they would go like, so everything about this movie
That's
is
hilarious.
just really cute dogs being filmed in a way that like tries to make them look. But so the tail wag thing was a problem, and they were like every single time, no matter which dog, they would be so happy that they said eventually they had to like tie their tails to their legs.
Oh.
Like they'd tie a tail to a leg, not like, it wouldn't like, hurt them or anything, but like they had to keep it to where the tails wouldn't wag while they were doing the shots. So it's cute,
Maybe you want to call Turner.
Little lesson on media manipulation.
Yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get
These
in there.
docile dogs are made to look like they're violent.
Yeah. No one got.
It's funny because they're called Saint Bernards. They're literally, I mean, that's propaganda as it is in the other direction.
It's funny that they filmed with all these dogs, and the only person that got bit was D. Wallace, and it was by Tad, the kid having the seizure.
I honestly thought you were. It sounded like you had the cadence of it, like you were doing like you made that up. I don't know why I thought it was a joke. You're like,
Yeah.
they had all these dogs, but they only got bit by Dad.
No, they were like
The child. What a freaking fiend! I would have kicked Chad.
Well, he was Tad.
Tad.
Well, he was having.
Chad's so dumb. That's it doesn't feel like a
It
real
does,
name.
yeah.
My brain doesn't want to say it.
Well, the first
Tad.
moment where he has the seizure, and she has to like stick her fingers in his mouth to like because he's like trying to move his tongue or whatever. So she sticks her fingers in his mouth, and the kid just I don't know why, but he just went and just like bit down on her finger. So when you see her go like when she gets bit in it, that wasn't like scripted that way. He just bit her.
Yeah.
What
He's
a-
6, and sometimes
Did he
he's bored.
apologize?
That's a great question. She said he was D. Wallace said that Danny, how do you say his last name? Pintauro, something like that.
Pintauro,
I think
what?
it's Pintauro. Anyway, she said he was a phenomenal actor, and he was only 6, but she was like, we were talking about some of the more emotional scenes, and like, do you want to like rehearse a little bit so you don't feel so scared? And he was just like, this is so fun. Like he's like terrified in there, but like he knew exactly like what he was doing and stuff.
Mhm.
And then still to this day, we'll talk about it. Like, there's like some scary moments, but ultimately, like I was just a kid. Like it wasn't real to me. It was like playtime.
Mhm.
But D. Wallace was having to take on the role of a mother being attacked by a ferocious animal and like trying to keep her son safe. And she says to this day she still has to take like supplements to make up for like her adrenal glands never were the same again. Like she like it like fried her like emotionally. She was
Really?
yeah. She said to this day she's like still gotta like has a hard time with anything that is like high intense things like that.
And then
Yeah.
the 6-year-old was like, "You just gotta learn to turn that off."
Yeah,
yeah.
you got to be more like me. Bite the person you're working with; it chills you out so quick.
He's like, "I
Yeah.
felt nothing when I bit you." But
Have you tried I can't say.
no, I know what you're saying, man, and that's
Compartmentalize?
so true.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so okay. So you already covered the
The dogs in the
multiple-
dog suit.
the dogs in the dog suit. There was one other one that I wanted. Oh yeah, the foam that was all over his mouth. And it's funny to think of because they sell it really well.
Mhm.
Like he's this.
It actually does look like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just egg whites and sugar. They just like whipped
Yeah.
it up and made it. Look
Yeah,
Really?
and the problem that they had with that was that since the foam was like egg white and sugar, like they had to shoot really fast because the dogs kept licking it off.
yeah.
It's so fucking adorable, dude. So
behind the
adorable.
scenes, if they have a behind the scenes thing of this movie, it would be the cutest thing.
Most
ever.
Yeah.
wholesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just Saint Bernards running around playing with toys and like eating.
Mhm.
I miss my dog, man. I gotta call him more.
Oh, does he not live with you anymore? Did he move
No,
out?
he does either.
So Danny the child, he was only 6 years old during filming, so he really couldn't read that well. Like he's 6-year-old's reading level.
Mhm.
So he actually would run lines with Dee Wallace, and so she said this just kept happening to her on E.T. and all these other movies where she was a mom.
Yeah.
She's like, I always like become like the mom on the set to like whatever kids are around.
Mhm.
It's just like this thing that happens over and over again, and they're still like, they still like talk to this day and everything. It's just,
Aw.
I'm telling you, man, the most wholesome set ever.
Yeah. Except every time she's like, "Hey, Danny, you want to run some lines?" Stephen King's just around the corner, like, "Who said lines?"
John Carpenter.
We railing
was-
some lines right now.
All right.
I could write another book.
Oh.
How much is Coke now? I can write another book. John Carpenter turned down this movie. He was actually offered it at one point because there was this and Christine were both like on the market scripts at the same time.
Right.
He just liked Christine more, and I think that worked out for the best.
Yeah.
I mean, John Carpenter obviously would have done a good job regardless.
With Cujo, it would have been interesting to see him do Cujo and this guy do Christine.
Yeah. But I think
See how the directions would have been.
I think Christine. You know what Christine's about, right?
Yeah. I think I saw that. That was on. Wait, no, I don't want to say it and be wrong. Go ahead, just go.
The Killer
It's just
Car.
it's about an evil car.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
I haven't seen it though.
Okay. I lied about the dog bite thing. Damn, that would have been so good if I had got it right.
What?
It's Patreon. You guys are forgiving. Literally the next note. The stunt person. Her name was Jean Coulter, and she was a stunt person for Dee Wallace. She got bit on the face by one of the
Oh,
dogs,
Oh yeah.
and had to go to the hospital. But everybody else, just
Mhm.
just the one dog.
And and she doesn't count. Okay.
Yeah, she's stunt.
Yeah. That's kind of the point.
Yeah. We don't
Mhm.
count sons.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, she got bit in the face. Damn, actually.
That's actually pretty brutal.
Damn.
If John
yeah.
Carpenter wants to bite somebody, he's like, get a stunt performer over here.
Mhm.
Takes a chunk out of him. Dee Wallace and Christopher Stone, who played Steve, which was the guy she was cheating with in it.
Mm-hmm.
They were married in real life until he passed away in 1995.
Oh.
So that's cute. Castle Rock is the name of the town. And this is the first film. It's a fictional town, but this is the first film to show Castle Rock, to like show it on film.
Mhm.
And then all the other ones started to come out, which are the other Stephen King books that have that town in it, which is like Stand By Me, The Dead Zone, The Dark Half, and meaningful things. And then this is where the stuff comes in about the sort of fan lore of, is the Dead Zone sheriff, like, is that a shared world, and is Cujo the like manifestation of the evil left over from the Dead Zone, the possession of the dog? So
Whoa.
yeah, because Castle Rock shows up in all of these different things, and in other books too. Those are just examples. And Rob Reiner even ended up naming his production company after it, Castle Rock Entertainment.
Oh, that's cool.
But I feel like, that's why they look familiar.
Yeah, you can get that fun fact anywhere else. Wait, this is the Patreon. You're here for it.
Yeah.
I don't have to be so aggressive.
So shut up about the Biden comment, all right?
Oh, the biting. I thought you said Biden.
Mhm.
Are we still doing that?
And that too, if you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back, Sean. This feels right. Okay, so Dee Wallace was treated for exhaustion for 3 weeks after this film, due to the thing we already talked about.
Damn, she was going through it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I mean, I was exhausted watching her. That was fucking. She was good. She's doing a lot, dude.
yeah. When she said that, everybody, people always thought that they were just sweating to death because that's how they made it look, right? Where they're just like trapped in this car, but they shot this in NorCal. And so it was actually like
freezing,
pretty cold. Yeah. So they just had to keep making it look like they're sweating while they're actually really cold. So
yeah,
especially those night shots. Cujo is not the way to pronounce the name of the dog. It's actually pronounced Cujo because it's Spanish for wolf.
Oh.
Why?
Stephen King's son Joe Hill said in an interview that it used to really bother his dad until finally everybody was like, you got to let it go. Just like how The Shining didn't represent his book, but it was a phenomenal film. It's like Cujo it's a part of the American language now. Like if there's a vicious dog, people just go, oh shit, calm down, Cujo. Like it's not, it's just understood. It's like, you got to let it go. And so Stephen King finally, after many years, eventually chilled out about it. But he used to correct people back in the day, which is hilarious to think of him just coked up. Like, no, it's Cujo. And then people are like, okay. He's on drugs again. The OG,
Holy shit.
Yeah. I know. And then, see, you could correct people and it'd be all right. But we would sound like pretentious.
Yeah, we sound annoying.
dickheads.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do anything about that. But
I mean, I'm not going to correct
me
people.
away.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
It would
And,
be
if
just
it
a
makes
fun
you feel
film.
better, I think you would still, for me at least, I think you'd sound pretentious if you did it.
Yeah. I would sound pretentious. I'd feel pretentious.
For sure.
I wouldn't do it.
Respect.
Thank you. I would love to see this movie. I've been thinking about this all fucking ever
You
since
should
we
watch
hit,
it.
Like,
We just did.
I would love to see a version of this movie where instead of a car, it's a 7-Eleven, and instead of a dog, it's DMX. And
Okay, go on.
this is a white woman and her white child are trying to leave the 7-Eleven, but coked out DMX
Whoa.
just keeps approaching them.
No, I mean, yeah, it could work.
Yeah. The same barking, same aggression.
Blood in my blood.
You would. I feel like you'd have to write a few more novels before that to really establish
for
a
it
name
to really
brand.
to really nail down that concept.
Yeah. You can't go in that as your first book.
Yeah,
You're
that's more of a passion project. I gotta lead my way up there.
Who plays DMX in the movie?
DMX.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's a small problem.
We'll have a hologram.
What?
A guy in a DMX, but a dog in a
A dog in a DMX costume.
I thought I was teeing him up for it, and he didn't go for it. I was sitting here looking at you. I was like, "Come on, Sean, pick it up."
A dog in a DMX costume and a dog costume.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
It's aggressive.
Made me laugh, man. What can you do? Okay, we're almost done. Woo! Shot in Santa Rosa, Mendocino, Petaluma, Glen Elon. Those are all of the locations, and then some Utah footage for the landscape stuff. The very last fun fact that we will mention is there are 3 different versions of this film. There's the theatrical release,
Right.
which actually shows Dee Wallace coming during one of the cheating on her husband scenes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, she gets in there. It's like a.
Are you like implying that she like really came during the scene, or like it's just like that's
I mean,
what
it was the '80s, so it's entirely possible. There was no, what do they call them? Romance coordinators. Or
What do you mean? If that,
intimacy
you would-
coordinator.
You would think the intimacy coordinator would make sure the woman does come.
I don't think that's how that works. 99% sure.
He's just like you're rubbing the wrong way.
Oh my God, these actors! This isn't like the '80s. They don't know what they're doing.
So the theatrical version has that, and then also a lot of the early VHS versions when it was released to video stores, but was later removed. And of course, from the TV version, they removed it as well. And almost all DVD versions of it do not have the moment of ecstasy.
What's the third version?
The third version is DMX outside of a 7-Eleven.
It's just DMX making a woman come.
And I'm just curious, does D come in that one or not? Or is he-
I mean, he comes at some capacity, but you know.
Oh, D. Okay.
I'm giving it to you. Well, yeah, fun movie, fun watch. I'm glad I saw it because I also, like Sean, hadn't seen it since I was a kid. You had never seen it, right?
No, I hadn't. Yeah, I'm surprised. I feel like I would have watched it. I do like Stephen King.
Probably because
movies.
it's pronounced Cujo.
Yeah, I was just
They're
like, what
that's
is
fucking. We're not putting that on in this house. They don't know
The fuck is Cujo?
I mean, I was always aware of the film. Like, I grew up with dogs, so like, I always heard the Cujo reference, but never actually watched it.
Well, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know it's pronounced Cujo?
No, we're Puerto Rican. We don't use half the words everyone else uses.
So we're gonna finish off the way we always do: budget and box office and Rotten Tomatoes scores. Sean, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I'll take the lead. I'll take the lead.
So I'm gonna give you first, but just remember, I'm gonna really need you to focus up here because Ray's stayed in practice. So
Yeah, I mean, it's meant
I'm not
nothing.
opening my eyes until
I've
I
been
guess.
losing like constantly.
he's been going crazy without you.
Mm-hmm.
The other day he said $1 billion. I was like, "What are you talking
All
about?"
right, stop doing. You gotta stop saying
Sorry.
another. You guys, that's fucking with me. I got $1 billion ringing through my brain. All right.
All right. So how much do you think it cost to make this movie, Sean?
Not $1 billion for sure. Not
For
$1 billion.
sure, not $1 billion.
All right,
You're
that
really
left
weird.
my brain. But it did set a high threshold. Let's go. Budget. This is what year again? Can I ask that?
83.
83, yes. Let's go. This is Stephen King. He's hot.
Yeah, they would have given like this is probably what like the third Stephen
Yeah.
King film being
But I
adopted.
don't think anything crazy. But I do think there was something of a budget. We'll go 19 million.
Okay.
And we'll say, and it felt like a hit. We'll go 87 million.
Yeah, it's a cultural icon for sure.
All right, and Ray.
I'm gonna say 15 million. It feels like there wasn't really much to this movie outside of like shots of dogs. It's very compact of a
I
movie.
understand that, but I just am going on brand recognition.
The dogs themselves maybe, or the cars are probably the most expensive thing.
Okay,
And
dude.
the
Well, that's not
cameras.
expensive.
Yeah.
Then 15 million's
And
too
the
high.
cameras,
Right?
I feel like 15 million's fine. The cameras probably rental would probably work up that way. And then I would say it made 60 million in the box office.
All right. Budget for this movie was only $5 million.
Fuck, I knew it. I knew when I said it. I knew I was rusty. Listen. No,
I see. I was like on to something when I was just like there wasn't much to the movie.
I thought honestly, I almost wanted to go $2 million at the beginning, and then I was like, no, fuck it. I'm gonna like say add another zero just because of
because of Stephen King.
Well, so the production company that started production of this and owned the script originally got bought out by a larger studio, but at first they were notorious for making like B movies, like making dog shit. And so luckily, right before this went from pre-production on into regular production, it got a bigger budget because originally it was going to be just whoever could pull it off with whatever they could find.
Right.
So so it was actually going to be even less. But yeah, they did. I mean,
dude, that was like a bonus fun fact.
Yeah, I saved it for you boys. And the box office for this movie was $21 million.
Wow! Wait, what?
Yeah, I overshot that.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It didn't do well.
Maybe I'm biased because I saw it as a child, but I thought you just said it was a cultural people reference Cujo.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what it is too. It's like it's probably like the movie itself is not as prevalent as like the book.
Well, and also the book had been out for a little bit and was not seen as one of his bigger selling books.
Right.
And that's part of why the script was easier to get a hold of and him easier to pump it out.
And it probably made more money on the back end and like VHS sales and stuff like that. And
because that's where it picked up its notoriety was like the character of Cujo.
Right.
But when it first came out, it was just like
I see.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oof, that was bad. It was
a toughie. It was a lot going on there. So I'm going to give you a bonus, though, and this is going to offset things so you guys can no longer have ties.
Okay.
How much do you think it made its opening weekend?
Oh, that's a good question.
You go first.
What was it? Its box office, they said 23 million, right?
Box office was 21 million.
Okay. And it's probably in there for like a month. Maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna say opening weekend 600,000.
Okay.
What? Okay, then I don't know how movies work because I was like 9 million.
Well, he's not. He's just guessing.
But like I thought, like you make a high percentage. Okay.
On opening, it's not. It's
All right, I'm just gonna say 9 million. That was my initial feeling, but I feel like I'm way off now.
Okay.
I feel like I might be way off.
I feel like we might both be. Yeah.
Opening weekend, $6 million.
Hey, okay.
Not bad, Sean. You're holding in there. You still got a shot because we got critics and audience scores for Rotten Tomatoes. Sean?
Yes.
Give me critics. What do you think?
I feel like not that good. I'm gonna go 55.
Okay. And audience.
Go like 80. I think there's more audience.
Okay. And Ray.
I'm gonna say 90 on the audience and 95 on the critics.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like this movie is kind of loved. It's also like a really good movie.
Yeah,
I'm not denying that, but
like some of that is my opinion too.
After I'm hearing the numbers too, I'm like, I don't know. There'd be more.
Critic score. Well, there's 45 critic reviews. About half and half between legits and people who have just gone on to make their blogs. Came out to 60%.
Oh, fuck that.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Sean. Doing good. And the moment of truth, the audience score with 50,000 plus reviews.
It's big.
46%.
That's
46.
crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Okay, wow.
This is so much like this is way better movie than either of those scores.
Yeah, it is. It
oh,
is.
For
it
sure.
is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think this is another one of those where like people, non-horror fans, kind of got a hold of it, and non-Stephen King fans got a hold of it, and so it just
they're like, it made me anxious.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I'm afraid of dogs.
Hey, say what you will about them, but I just mounted a comeback. I'm just saying, guys.
Yeah,
sure did, bud.
Yeah,
what a way to come back on the show. Look at you.
And that's what this is all about, I guess, at the end of the day. You know?
Yeah.
Back to reclaim my title.
You know, I feel like this is not well received because, and I read about this too, was just people don't like seeing dogs in that light.
Yeah.
They just they like
murder
dogs.
a dog at the end. You know?
Yeah, and like the director had talked about how like he specifically went out of his way to never show Cujo getting hurt.
Yeah.
like everything like all the violence towards the dog is off screen.
Yeah.
Because like he's like as soon as like they hurt the dog, like audiences are gonna turn on the movie.
Yeah, smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep. It's funny because it's the number one rule in horror movies is like, don't kill kids, don't kill animals,
Mm-hmm.
and then well, specifically dogs. Like, but
They do though.
they do it all the time.
Yeah.
But it's considered to be a general rule. You don't want to kill like family pets and stuff. But a lot of movies use that as a catalyst to get the horror going. So
Yeah.
kind of bullshit. But anyway, yeah, it is fun to turn it on its head, much like your moment of the dog trying to get the people out of the hot car.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a lot of fun, Sean.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming over, man. I appreciate
It's
you.
good to be back. Thanks for
And,
having me.
We will see you guys on the next regular episode. We're
Yeah.
gonna try and get a 4th of July episode cranked out. Don't know if Sean will be able to join us. He's got a busy schedule, but we're gonna try and
Actually,
get
I
something
kinda
out
am.
before Friday.
Mhm.
So
Before this country falls apart.
yeah, before there's not another one.
Oh, fuck.
Just in case it's the last 4th of July.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining
Thanks.
us. If you're all pretty princesses. You support the show every time I ask you to, and we really love you for it. We will see you again soon, and who knows, maybe the next Patreon episode you'll have some friends,
Yeah.
Hey,
more patrons.
throw it.
Until next time.
Throw it at him. Yeah.
Oh, you actually got it. Holy shit. Nice, dude.
Ooh, it only took 43 episodes and 8 Patreons, but I fucking got it, baby. All right. Bye.
Man getting bit by an alligator scream.
Swallow this.